I'm glad you're good with it.
Plenty
We
of
always go
women.
live as we're talking, and then like it's so awkward. So hello everybody, and welcome to the Odious Soul and another edition of our Hump Day Hangouts. So I'm sitting here with Mike, and then we have Amanda, who's not showing her face tonight because she's driving in a car and she's gonna leave us early. Which can I just say I'm a little butthurt about this.
I'm sorry, guys. Life has been weird lately, but in good ways. And you guys can hear about the good ways in future episodes.
I mean, life is weird, obviously, because I'm sitting here with Mike and you're in your car, and you missed last week too.
Yeah, again, children stuff.
I know, and I feel like I told you this was going to happen.
I don't remember.
You weren't there.
I wasn't here.
I read our cards.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that's right.
And I definitely saw that somebody was going to need a lot of attention. So Lord knows what else would pop up from what I said. I usually don't remember. So for those who are watching, I do angel card readings, and like it's angels, spirit, it's positive, happy.
I'm just messing with you. Dang.
Like, don't make me put my voodoo out on you.
I believe that.
Ooh, voodoo.
But anyway, so let's go through the normal rigmarole. Amanda, tell people where they can find you on social media.
You can find me at TikTok or on TikTok at Stay Fast and Weird. And then you can find me on Instagram at Stay Fast and Weird. And I don't know, if you find me on Facebook, I might add you, I might not. I don't know. I'm getting loosey-goosey on Facebook. So
oh my God, she is going insane or something.
Listen, my new life choices and lack of resistance is like taking me to new places and being more accepting. And it includes the Facebook.
I mean, what?
I don't know if I can mentally comprehend
what you just said.
Any video saying, and you can find me on Facebook.
Bitch, don't find me on Facebook. No Facebook. You're not allowed.
Like,
how about that? Better?
Yes. My head almost exploded. It was like about to
just for you guys, just for you guys.
All right, quick shout out to Cabin Land. Hey, Jill, Dan, thank you for watching us from your bedroom. We appreciate that.
Ooh, I like it when people watch us from their bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of hot.
All right, Mike, where can people find you?
TikTok and Instagram at Twisty Rider.
Awesome.
And if we're going to talk about Facebook, I'm almost booked up on Facebook. I got to do a big old purge. So
you can follow him there. Don't send him a friend request. Or if you do, he'll probably ignore it because he's like,
I do. Unless you have a motorcycle as a profile, like something motorcycle related, and unless you're trying to sell me leathers, because that gets really old and tiring.
Oh, all those guys. Yeah, I just delete them.
From India.
And hey, Mike,
what part of Virginia?
Thank you for joining us tonight. I believe you are he is I want to say Leesburg area. Mike.
Oh, that's.
Please correct me if I'm wrong. I know it's like DC, like west of DC, like Manassas, Leesburg.
Yeah. I'm now familiar with those places, interestingly enough.
Maybe Alexandria. I don't know. But Mike, you can
Alexandria. So Matt took me there. I don't know, a while back. That place is awesome. It's beautiful.
All right. So it's not actually all that awesome. It depends on what part of Alexandria. Like there's like I used to go to a gym there. There's also a bad old part too. But my favorite pho, like Vietnamese pho restaurant is in Virginia. I haven't been there for a long time.
I don't like Virginia anywhere because they've got the worst speeding laws in the entire world.
I almost experienced that.
If you're going 1 hour of the speed limit in Virginia, you are going to jail.
He's from outside of Fort Lee. Fort Lee, Virginia. Listen, Fort Lee is where I did AIT. It was terrible. I fucking hated that place. I'm sorry, Mike, that you live there. I hope you like it because Fort Lee was horrible.
And Virginia's not that bad. Okay. The problem is with Virginia, their speeding tickets cost so much money that they actually got sued over it in the past. So now they have a system where if you are out of state and you get a speeding ticket that's over a certain amount, like if you're going 81, like on 95, because this has happened to me, they will give you a ticket that does not have an amount of money. You have to call in give them your license and tell them what state you're from, and then they will base your ticket price off of your home state's ticket prices.
That's interesting.
It is. It sucks. It sucks.
Imagine
really
if you
bad.
live there though.
I don't want to live there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they
Don't
used
speed if
to
you
charge
live
like
in Virginia.
$1,200 for a ticket. Like they were like crazy.
Like I had a friend go to jail for going 5 miles an hour over the speed limit. Like took him to jail, impounded his car, like all that for like 5 miles an hour of the speed limit.
I have busted 6 windshields on 95 south of DC. That sucks too. Yeah. Yeah.
And how much did
All right. Shall we get into it, guys?
Oh yeah, we should like
Wow, I just pulled a Shannon. Who am I in control today? Listen, somebody's got to police you, children.
Listen, let me tell you what, work has been like insane the past couple weeks. I have worked so much. I've actually had to work like really hard and think, and I end up with post-it notes every place, and then I can't remember what any of my post-it notes are. And so I'm just enjoying talking about something that's not work related, honestly. And I had a new employee start this week, and that's been interesting because like
hey, we're doing that thing again
where I'm talking about shit that doesn't matter.
I know, you tell me not to do it. I love you very much, and I do this because I care.
All right, well, let's move on to the drinks tonight. We'll do this really fast. I'm drinking a polar seltzer. I'm drinking prickly pear and citrus. I did have a shot of tequila before, which may be why I'm so chatty. Mike, what are you drinking? We're saving the best for last.
Low carb monster, or no, ultra zero ultra monster.
Yeah, he would not let me do like, he made me do like the mirror screen. I wanted to try to do it like normal, and he's like, no. So.
It was blowing it was bugging me out because
Man,
I was on the wrong side of the couch and
it was out of routine.
Fall backwards.
So what are you drinking?
I actually just have a Wawa green tea chilling in my center console here.
Okay.
I can't drink and drive. That's inappropriate.
You're not being all fancy. You never drink for our shows anay, but
that's not true. I had a beer once or twice.
Okay, but not normally. You don't normally do.
No, I'm not a drinker, man. I'm just not. I like to get green sometimes.
I can feel that.
So can I just go on one sidebar really quick?
No.
Yes.
Shiner has a really good prickly pear beer. It's delicious.
I feel like we tried looking for that.
We did, and we
in Kentucky, wasn't it? Kentucky.
Yeah, it was Kentucky. But
yeah,
if you ever get a chance to try it, it's good.
We still owe Mark Sherman some prickly pear. Yep. All right, but anyway, so tonight's show we are going to be talking about baggers and babes, or babes and baggers. We're going to talk about the baggers first, and then the babes.
Yay!
Just because I saw that Max Flinders has signed with Mad Monkey Motorsports or Motorcycles, whatever that is, M3. He's going to be racing baggers this year too. So Max is usually on the yellow 88 and Superbike. He is one of those that you don't really see on the podium too often, but he is a paddock favorite. You know, he's
for sure.
Like everybody loves him. So it's so cool that he's going to be on baggers this year. I'm kind of excited for him. So he is going with he's like the independent dude who is going with a pretty independent team. So it's kind of nice to see him being able to stretch his legs a little bit and try something new. And honestly, this might make me a little bit more excited for the bagger races.
I've always liked the bagger.
Oh my God. Before I forget, I know this is not baggers, and I know you guys are going to hate me for doing this, but this is what I do, and this is why I'm here. So something super exciting with Moto America. This is one of my favorites, and I know he's a fan favorite who got signed with M4, I believe. Yeah, definitely with Vision Wheel, with M4 Suzuki. Freaking Tony. Yes. Love that guy. Fan favorite. And it's worth a mention. I'm excited. I can't wait to see him.
Wait, who is he riding with?
M4 Suzuki.
Wait for.
I know. I started with Vision Wheel, M4 Suzuki. I threw the whole thing out.
Which thing?
Superbike.
Oh,
Superbike. Yeah, he's a Superbike guy.
I mentioned that I had a shot of tequila. It might have been 2.
Listen, M4 Suzuki's my team. Like, you know, I know all y'all like fresh and start Yamaha, but M4 Suzuki's my team. So of course I know.
Well, that's because you're a Suzuka girl.
All right,
that's not true. I don't even own one. So how about that?
That too, but we're gonna move past that because that's like leads to rants and things like that. But anyway, let's get back to baggers.
Never, nobody rants here. What are you talking about? We're very, very nice individuals. We don't do that.
So,
very reasonable too.
All right, so
very
back to baggers.
Baggers. I've always liked the baggers.
You know,
Baggers are great. Tyler O'Hare's a fucking monster. I got to do track day with him. He's awesome.
Can I just say, like, baggers were not my thing just because of the history with the ex who was in like the club and
Listen, Shannon, you'd
that
be
was a
the
lot of
one to tell
1%ers.
everybody and anybody you gotta let go of the past and
I know
embrace the
that- I know-
future.
You know what? Like when I
I'm
was
patient with you on this.
when I was doing some research, I think I realized why the baggers drive me crazy because they're not cool looking baggers. Like
Yeah, they are.
the bags sit up
They're
higher.
Badass. Are you
Like
kidding?
the fronts are all kind of
Well-
weird and kind of like retro and just odd looking.
They're.
I think it's the look of the baggers in the race.
How,
They're
well,
racing baggers. They're not hot. They're
Wait.
not cool. They're not.
except for like that, they're way faster. The suspension's awesome. The bags are up high so they can lean over, and the fairing is like a replica of the fairing. They're fixed fairings.
Listen, I understand why they are the way they are. I'm just saying I don't think that they're attractive. I think that
I don't know.
I
They
think
do
most-
it for
I
me.
think not
Listen, I
fashionable.
don't know.
They do
they're
it-
not
They do it
fashionable.
for me.
But I mean, but we do have an exciting season this year. So you know, Tyler O'Hara did steal the #1 plate from Kyle Wyman last year.
Steal. He earned every bit of that. That dude's an animal.
He stole it. So
No.
So Kyle, you know, did put out like a video this week, you know, that he is back on his Harley and he's going back and he's going to be fighting for that. He's going to be fighting to get that #1 plate back. So that's exciting. So Kyle and Travis are back with the Harley Davidson factory team. So they'll be on their Harleys. Corey West will be back with Saddleman. Same with Patricia Fernandez. You know, then I don't think
I heard that.
what?
Ama-
What did I say?
I was being disrespectful.
Amanda was being Amanda.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because you love her so much. You had to make
Oh yeah, so fucking.
No,
I don't.
we-
Listen,
we
no.
women. We will get to talk about the women in a little bit, okay? Because I know we have
If I'll hear, I got.
very differing opinions.
Well, yeah, but she's only got 20 minutes.
I that's fine. It's fine. We'll get to it very quickly because there's not a lot to talk about with baggers, okay? But I am
That's
so
not true. There's
excited.
so much.
I'm excited to see them at Daytona though, and we do have the
Oh
trip
yeah.
booked for Daytona. It's official. It's locked in.
Well, I gotta buy the tickets still, but
But okay, we got the airfare. Okay, so we are flying down to Daytona, and then we're gonna be driving back in a rental car. So, but I'm super excited.
Wait a second. When's Daytona?
March.
Fuck. I might not be able to go now.
Yeah, Amanda's got some exciting things possibly in the works. We'll
Yeah,
see
it's
what the
it's a
first
it's a
one's for her.
strong potential, but we'll get to it when I'm. So I will know more after the week of the 6th of February, and then I'll pop off with all my good shit.
word.
Okay, can't wait. We're excited for you.
Yay! I
I
love
am
you
sending
guys.
vibes that whatever is meant to be will be, and you will feel comfortable with the results regardless.
Exactly.
Okay.
Except for the fact that I ruminate over
Wow.
everything, and I'm just a fucking nutcase.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Your opinion doesn't matter because you have a dick and you're talking about women. I'm joking. I don't really believe that, by the way. I'm usually more on the man side than the woman side, just so everybody knows.
Mike asked in the chat, have we ever watched sidecar races? If you mean like an Isle of Man,
Yo, have you ever seen it at Isle Man? Yo, that shit is
yes.
awesome because you got two people and they're doing it. Oh my
Hey.
god, it's
Dude, and the one guy
it's
is like
wild.
throwing himself from one side of the car to the other. It's
Look,
insane. It is
It's
like
cool. It's cool.
it's a novelty thing.
Have you seen the guys that do it on dirt bikes?
Yeah,
Side-
that's cool
dirt
too.
bikes?
Yes.
I don't think I've seen this.
It is.
Why have you not forced me to watch a video?
Because it's dirt bikes.
It's complete chaos and havoc, and it's awesome. But
all right,
I mean,
so that's on the to-do list
Okay.
to watch next time we get drunk and have nothing better to do.
but
All right.
yeah, the sidecar, that's cool. It's cool. I think the monkeys are crazy because that's what the people that
That's what they call them?
Yeah.
They actually call them monkeys?
yes,
Yes.
Not just a derogatory term. They actually call them monkeys.
Yes.
No, that's the name.
they climb all over the thing. You know, they got special like
It makes
grips.
sense, but like I can't believe they actually call them that. Normally they don't do things that make sense like that. So
Well, I mean, we can't call master bedrooms anymore. So
Only in the South.
No, I was looking. They're still listed as primary.
All right. Are you guys ready to move on to the babes?
No, but go ahead.
All right. So I have no idea why I actually brought up babes, honestly. Cause so what happened was Monday morning, I was having some normal dreams. It was like I woke up and I couldn't differentiate my dreams from real life, and it like totally messed with me. But then I saw the Max Flinders thing and I was like, oh, we can do a show on baggers. And then I don't know, I probably saw an Instagram post from like Kayla or
Listen, your dreams saved our life. That's all.
and I was like, you know what? Like, let's just do it on baggers and babes. And so there's a lot and we've talked about it on previous shows. There is not a large percentage of racers who are women. Yes, there are women who race, and a lot of times we know their names because they're very out there in the public.
And there's more women in the sport probably than like
ever before.
Well, at least since like the 70s, but
it's still a very low percentage. And then
it's probably better that way.
And then it's almost one of those things like, why is that? So I thought we would take some time to kind of talk about some of the popular racers up to today, and then also the past and maybe like why they got out of racing, kind of talk about their situations a little bit. And just kind of like, I don't want to say talk shit. I've just been saying the wrong things all week long. But I just want to like discuss like what is wrong with women?
We want to shoot the shit. It doesn't mean anything bad.
Yeah, exactly. We want to shoot the shit, not talk shit. Thank you. That's what I want to do. Because I mean, I love like there's like, of course, like right now, Kayla is super freaking hot. She just interviewed with the Today Show at Jennings this past weekend.
Who did?
Kayla.
Oh yeah. I saw a mention of that. I was like, I meant to get to it, but again, busy nonsense, and I'm very proud and happy.
She's on fire. She's good. She did great in Junior Cup last year. This year she's going into Twins Cup with MP13 team with Melissa Paris.
Yes, my girl.
Finally.
I didn't say Paris. I'm so proud of myself. Like it's like mentally like in my head now. Like I'm gonna be
because if you say it, me and Amanda are gonna jump down your throat and tell you.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, Mike kind of threatened me. He was like, do I have to message her to come on and personally yell at you to get her name
right?
Please.
I fucking love her. I want to talk to her. I want her on my podcast. I would cry. I would fucking cry. I would cry.
But anyway, so yeah, so I mean, like there's like awesome names, but then there's names of the past. Like, well, let's talk about Melissa for a second. So Melissa was hot, right? And now she doesn't race anymore. Why did she stop racing?
Do you know? Because she builds badass bikes and she's an awesome crew chief. I look up to her.
Is that why she would stop racing? I mean, timeline wise, it's right around when she had a baby.
I told you my theory behind it is because women have like maternal clocks, isn't that what's called?
Maternal instinct.
Yeah. No, stop.
Like, look,
I have 2 children. That's null and void right now. And she still rides. Do you follow her? She still rides.
Yeah, but
she focuses on her husband, Josh Hayes, animal.
But
I'm pretty sure still holds the NJMP Thunderbolt lap time record.
But she's
you're not, she's not racing at a pro level anymore. Like you're not racing at a pro level. Like there's, because having babies, that messes up your body. Like,
having so like I can completely agree with this. Yeah, Matt F, we're totally gonna talk about Elena Myers in just a second. But her situation's like totally different. Like my dad was gonna buy me a motorcycle when I was 16, but then I got pregnant, and then my kid like was little. I couldn't imagine, like I was the only person she had. Like her dad was in jail, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. So like I was the only person there. Like I couldn't do risky shit, and riding motorcycles
and like women
is risky.
Like most women can I'm not a woman, so I don't know, but what I do know is like I'm a single dad and I go on the track and I'm not thinking oh, maybe I should slow down a little bit because if anything happens to me, like, I have Sophie at the track with me and it's just me and her here. like if I get hurt, how am I going to get home? I'm thinking, I know I can break a little bit deeper. I know I
That's
can
what
get
I'm
on,
thinking.
I know I
I'm
can get
not
on the gas
thinking.
a little bit earlier. And then I'm like, if Sophie's at the track, well, I've got friends at the track. So if she has to go, if she's got to ride home with a friend, it'll be okay.
Yeah, that's my thought. I'm not, I mean, I'm a great mother to my children. Don't get it twisted. However, my thoughts aren't, oh my God, what if I get hurt? My thoughts are, yo, I think I could do better. I know my kids will be fine. They're, trust me, I know they'll be fine. And I
Also
want them to
aren't
know that I
racing
lived my life and I didn't cut short because I was afraid of something. Because I never want them to be afraid to do anything. And I want to be a good example. And no matter what way that means, even if it means me riding on a track or racing on a track, I'm
You also
showing I have
aren't
no
racing
fear
at
and I'm doing.
170 plus miles an hour either.
If I had a 1000, I would be.
I don't think you're
You can die on a CRF 100 at a mini track. Don't even. Don't even. You can die walking out your front door. I don't give a fuck what speed you're going, what you're doing. You could die at any moment. I want my kids to know that they should do what they love within reason. They should follow the things that they want to do instead of waiting until they're fucking almost 30 years old to fucking ride a motorcycle like I did.
I still think it's one of those things where to be a great racer, you have to push the limits. And you have
absolutely
boundaries. And I think like I know like after I had Zishan, I couldn't even show my cleavage. Like there was something mentally that changed in my head.
Oh, I'm still like that.
No, I can totally show my cleavage now. It took me a little while.
Can't.
Like I was like, no, like nobody can see these. These are for the babies. Like, like
no,
it was
I mean, I'm like that person where you guys know I dress head to toe, ankle to fucking wrist. I don't show anything. And that wasn't really like that beforehand. But after I had kids, I was definitely like that. Very reserved, very like, that's fucking weird.
It didn't last a whole long, but it did last at least a year. It was like until they went down, like I was like, I don't want, like, no, these are for the babies, but I think there is something there, like, with kids, you gotta think what's worth it, and maybe if they don't feel like they're able to compete at a level that they're happy with. I mean, us women, we can be overachievers too. So maybe like just the time away, like, it would be too hard of work to get back in, especially with a kid.
Maybe, did you guys ever think that maybe she just prefers working on bikes? Some people, we just have preferences sometimes. Maybe she enjoys controlling a race team because she wants to watch other people, young people succeed in the sport, and she knows how to help them because she herself is and was a pro racer. Well, pro racer level. I mean, she looks at Kayla and she's like, I want to mentor her. I want to make sure she does, she's doing good for the sport, whether she's on a bike or in that fucking engine.
That's true. I mean, and she is.
I have no problem with anything she's doing. I don't give a fuck if she's out there racing. She's doing the most positive thing for women in the sport than any other woman that I know.
But then her man is like, what? Josh is what? 47.
So what? She supports her husband, and that's what
racing. Why? What's the difference?
What a good relationship is about. They're both doing the things they want to do.
Why is she not racing? And
because she chose not to, and that's what matters. I know damn well that's the question. If she wanted to race, Josh Hayes would be chill with it. It's her choice.
Is it because she's smart and knows when to stop? Or is it because
we're thinking too deep into this? We're going too deep. The fact is we're women. We have our own choice.
That's the fun of it.
Sure, she's friendly as fuck. But
she is. She's
all right. Well, let's move
like
to somebody else.
Amazing person to talk to. Like, I've talked with her in the like the paddock and stuff. Like, super chill, awesome person. But it's just curious.
Why did she stop?
All
right, so
like she was doing well.
Like, there's another woman though, like Elena Myers. Okay, so she was racing and she stopped, but when like if you actually just look at the surface, you might think, oh, she got married and that's why she stopped, but hers was more of a tragic story. She actually got sexually assaulted by a masseuse at a hotel.
Why are we telling people this? That's her personal story. Rude.
It's online though. I mean, you can find this information. It's not like a secret. But
I know, but it's just like it's probably hurtful. Why are we ruminating?
Because this is something that as women, like, we need to be able to be open.
Not
like,
a woman.
She did not talk about that when it happened. It came out like later. It came out
Because-
like over a year later.
Well, yeah, she said because of, like
Like
fear of,
of
family
stigma
friends
and like
all
what
that.
people.
Okay, I'm gonna pop on video for 5 minutes because I'm waiting for, and I have to get off in a few, but I'm waiting, so
But
I'm gonna
but
pop
that's the thing,
on.
like, can you like, but that is like something that we should not hide. Like that is something we should talk about because
I don't know.
a person got
Yeah.
assaulted and like it messed with them so much mentally that it
Yeah,
took their racing career. And she was somebody who had so much potential. She
for
was
sure.
so young, and it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
Yeah.
But you
So
could-
I mean, I agree with that. I just feel like it's her story to tell.
And you
And
can read
she
it.
told
And
it,
she
she
and
told
she
it.
has talked about it. She has talked about it. So I mean, like she
Mm.
has told it. And like it is a reason why a woman in the sport quit. But then
Yeah.
that also brings up a thing like, well, it not directly, but then like Mike and I were kind of talking about like then there's the women out there who do race. Like there's like the women who are conservative, who respect their bodies.
Oh, we're getting on that
And
line
then
that I
there's
just
the
fucking
women
love.
that are flaunting their bodies at the same time, and it's like, what does that do to the sport? How does that help? How does that
Well-
Okay,
hurt?
so I have 2 points on that. It can do well for the sport if you do it in a way that's more tasteful, or it could fucking just make us women look like a bunch of fucking big-titted monkeys, which I would prefer that not be the case. You know what I mean? Now, I'm all for places or organizations like Ruts to Race Lines, which is very important to the sport, where they help get women started in the sport. Right. And it helps them feel comfortable for women who may have been sexually assaulted and don't want to be around men or whatever, all the things. I mean, so that's just a very extreme example. But like walking up to fucking tech with your tits hanging out and fucking makeup on with your bike, I just look at you like you're fucking nuts. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
But
No judgment, but a little bit of
different-
judgment.
How's that any different when dude walks up to tech with his sleeveless shirt and his freaking muscles and shit, like and his
And he's on an
and-
S1000 or a
and-
Ducati. We make fun of him
and-
too.
and just and and has his doesn't have shorts on over his base layer and his
You know what women do? We say that guy's a douchebag and we stay away from him.
Not all women.
Well, those
the women
are her
that
choice.
the women
Listen.
that are going up with their titties hanging out and their OnlyFans slapped on the side of their bike are the ones that are like, I'm gonna be hanging out with him tonight.
Yeah, and they need to stay off my track. Fucking gains like
But they
I'm
have
cool
every
with
right to be there.
OnlyFans.
But they have every
Yes,
right to be
they
there.
do. They do have a right, and I want to grow the sport, but it just frustrates me as the person that I am, and I shouldn't be judging, and I don't agree with it, and I am welcoming to everybody because I want everybody to be there. I'm just being a bitch right now because it frustrates me because I work my fucking ass off to do what I do, and I didn't want to stick out like a sore thumb as a female because usually when a female pops up on a fucking track, all the guys are like, "Oh, look at this hot chick!" Blah 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 blah
Those are
blah.
called swinging dicks.
Why did I not get that attention when I went to a track?
Because you have a aura around you, we'll say, we'll use your words, where men find you very attractive but very intimidating. And I don't know what vibe I give off, but I kept my head down and people didn't really come up to me that way. They came up to me more respectfully. So I didn't have to experience that guys chomping at the bit to try and get with me. Thank God, because I don't know what the fuck I would have done. But
called
like,
Hang of swinging dicks.
yeah, I get that, and that's fine. I
mean,
believe
I
everybody
am
should shoot
old
their
as
shot,
shit.
but I just don't want to be a part of it.
I am old as shit, and don't get me wrong, like I've met a lot of great people, and and yeah, like sometimes I guess I've always been one of the guys when it comes to how I communicate, and like I'm not a flirty person.
Samesies.
I am so not a flirty
Samesies.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, shut up. I'm usually considered like the little brother as opposed to like whatever, but nobody's ever seen me wear form-fitting clothes at the track. Nobody's seen me outside of sweatpants or like
your undie thing under your leathers, that's pretty form-fitting, and it's got a zipper.
yeah, but yeah, my undersuit, yeah, but I wear my
Not that I
basketball
noticed
shorts and a
or anything.
t-shirt.
Not that I know.
I wear the basketball shorts and a t-shirt.
Isn't it? It's like it got a zipper and it's
It
kind of
does.
sheer.
It's not really sheer.
It's not sheer.
But
It's not sheer.
on those hot days, you do wear that zipper a little on the low side.
Because my tits are sweating, but I keep it to myself. I don't wear like a push-up bra. I'm wearing a sports bra where I have no boobies. I look like Plank. It's great.
I don't know. Is it like it was real low down in North Carolina, but it was 1,000,000 degrees down there.
It was hot as fuck in North Carolina. We didn't have
guy
anybody near us.
Remember the guy?
What guy?
I don't know.
The coach, Zach.
He's
married. He's married.
Yeah,
he's a nice guy.
They're all married, and the wives aren't at the track.
Yeah, but that guy's very respectful, and I would like it if we didn't speak of him that way, because he actually helped me out a lot that day. He's a great coach, by the way.
I know. I am just giving everybody.
I understand. I can tell you a few who are like that, though. I can tell you quite a few. I can list off names, but I love the people I'm around very much, and I'm not going to do that. I can tell you about a few who swerved me too, and I'm just like, what? Am I ugly?
I mean, I definitely will not have makeup on at the track. Like there's no way. Like that. I'm just lucky that I have made it to tech on time. I am just too concerned about not dying.
I don't know how. I am not a morning person. My alarm goes off. My alarm goes off at 5:30, and I snooze it until about 6:30 when I'm like, I gotta get up. I gotta start my car. I gotta brush my teeth. I gotta put my clothes on. I gotta go work. I'm like out the door in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But
it's easier for me to get up for a track morning.
Man, it's 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, all right, I gotta, is everything ready?
I need to get my coffee, and I need to take my shit, and then I need to get my bike to tech. Like that's like priorities.
For me, it's pretty helpful because like I live 15 minutes from NJMP, maybe not for long, but most of the time I would just stay there anyway because I have a tent and all that. But like, I don't know, when it comes to the track, as long as I have coffee, I'm good to go. But I usually, if I'm at NJMP, I'm waking up early to tech in bikes, but I am miserable.
I don't know how people like stay up all night or like partying and stuff, and then like
we all do it. I mean, I do it too.
I've definitely done it.
We've done it the first track day of the season with the R3 where we were up until 1 or 2 a.m. just fixing the bike, not even doing anything really fun. That was fun. But I gotta go. The thing I'm waiting for is I love you guys very much, and I missed you guys last week, and I'm gonna miss you for the next 45 minutes.
Without you. Okay.
It's not the same without you.
It's not.
I know, I'm the fucking best, bro. I know. I'm the fucking life of the party.
Next week, I don't care what you gotta do, but you gotta get your shit together where you can commit to us from 9 to 10 because we feel abandoned. Like,
oh my god, I would never abandon you guys. I gotta hide it. I would never abandon you guys. I love you guys so much. I just have life, and life is progressing in a good way, and I can't wait to tell all of you guys about it.
And I mean, bye.
Stop it. Oh my god, you guys are the best and the worst at the same time. I can't be crying while the things are happening. All right, I love you guys. And I'm glad, hey, stay fast and weird, TikTok, and what's the other thing I do? Oh, Instagram.
Drive safe, be careful.
Will do. It's really nasty out here. I don't know how it is out where you are.
Wait, hold on, before you get off, have you got new tires yet?
I've had brand new tires since the beginning of this past season.
Oh, okay.
Well, in your car?
Yeah. What I need are brakes and rotors. I got new tires last March. It's been almost a year. I did it before season because I knew I was pulling bikes. But I need rotors. My front end's like, it's been like that for 2 years. Shut up. I know how to do it.
Why are you still here? Don't you have to go? That you were
Yes, I'm hiding and trying not to be awkward because I look dumb right now. All right, love you guys.
Bye.
All right. So we were talking about babes. We were talking about like how women sometimes present themselves.
Yes.
Where do you want to go with that?
Well,
are we gonna
I wanted to talk about
Sharni.
Yeah, Sharni Pinfold, who's an Australian who stopped racing because of all the crap she was getting in the paddock. Like, like the inequality and like people are like, oh, like how'd you get here? And all like when she was just trying to do what she loved to do and go as fast as she possibly could, but because she has tits, are like, oh, you're only here because or whatever. Like it's like,
But now, like, did she like put herself out there, or was she like a conservative,
No,
didn't
yeah,
exploit
no.
her feminism or whatever? Which I mean, that's
And there's nothing, look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because everybody does it. Everybody, like the sex sells, and we've known this for a long time.
yes, but like,
But there's using it to like promote, I don't even think that's the right word, but then there's exploiting it.
I mean, it's to me, it's one of those things like, and I know I'm a female and I'm supposed to take the female side and I'm supposed to be like this feminist and all that other shit, but I'm not, because, like as a woman, like I know not to put myself in certain positions, like I remember when I was a teenager, there was a girl that came over the house who was drinking, who was hanging over these guys. I warned her. I remember going to her and telling her, like, you can't do that, because then these guys are going to expect stuff from you. Like if you're hanging on a guy like all night and like dragging your body with like, like they're going to expect things. And then when you don't put out, like, it's like things, you're putting yourself in a position that's not safe. And
anytime with alcohol is involved,
yeah, I mean, so like she put herself in a bad situation, bad things happened. And I'm not saying that it was her fault that it happened, because it wasn't, but she could have done things differently to where she was not compromising herself, or she was not putting herself in a position to be at like to have that happen to her, like. And I see women out there in the world, like their Instagram is nothing but they're themselves like in freaking underwear, or they're always like just selfies and tits. And it's like, you're going to like, you're asking for that attention, and then you can't get butt hurt and become an emotional wreck when that's the only attention that you're getting. Like you're setting yourself up, like when you want that and you're obviously putting out signs that you want that kind of attention, like there is a psychological
that's
thing
the
that
attention
happens.
that's the attention you're gonna get, and not like you're gonna take away from, like, if you are a fast rider and you've worked really hard to get to where you are, but you're advertising yourself like that.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
what people are like, oh
yeah,
I'm here for the ass and titties.
don't get me wrong, I'm a very shitty writer. Okay, I'm not a shitty writer. I'm a new writer who does not know what the heck they're doing, and I'm not as fast as I would desire to be. But like in real life, I am fairly intelligent and I have worked my butt off to get to where I am. And don't get me wrong, every once in a while, you will see some cleavage. I have no problem every once in a while showing it, but it's almost like a little bit of a tease. It's
If
not
you find me on Facebook, look at my Christmas party pictures.
There's no cleavage in those. I was wearing a sheer shirt to hide it.
The first year.
Yeah, I think I was wearing the same bra actually that I'm wearing right now. But anyway, but sorry, blaming the tequila. But like, I mean, but it's not my identity. Yeah, I know I can be sexy, and sometimes I want to show that off, but I'd rather be respected in the long run. I'd rather be admired, but I'd rather be admired for like my brains and my personality and things like that over just my body. And I think women, when they are constantly trying to get,
it what it is, it's society and social media, and I have to have more likes than everybody else. I have to have more followers than everybody else. I have to do this. I have to do that. Like we've, like ruined ourselves to think
we haven't. I mean, like one of my most liked pictures on Instagram is me actually in a really baggy sweater with my glasses sitting at a bar in the airport,
but
no cleavage,
but
I got my tattoos, I got my Tom Fords on, my hair was looking pretty good, but I mean, I know how much you love Tom Ford.
We don't speak of.
I love my Tom Ford
Tom
glasses.
Ford is a piece of shit, but
Tom Ford saved Gucci.
Oh,
which is not about bikes and baggers or babes. So we'll move on. But anyway,
Well,
I'm just
babes like
saying.
Gucci.
No, I'm saying we're talking
Oh,
about babes
I
and
know.
baggers,
So,
not
yeah.
Gucci.
Yeah. Anyways, but no, like that's that I'm sure is the case. Like most of my likes, not that I'm, like an attractive female or anything, but like all my pictures with the most likes are usually, how Sophie or my kids. Why is my face blurry?
I don't know. Maybe it's the camera.
But they but like you look at these women that do have their stuff hanging out, and
I mean, they get lots of
they've got
likes.
like millions of followers, and they're making a lot of money for through their
But
OnlyFans. And
are they making a lot of money? Like, you don't actually know.
I personally don't know this girl, but Derek does, and she makes more money than he does, and she doesn't even show like downstairs. Like that's just like topless and other stuff, and she's making 6 figures.
I mean, I'm sure she had to figure out how to market herself. But then think about
Well, yeah, but you're not.
But then think about what she's sacrificing in return.
Yeah, you're not really you're like literally marketing yourself at that point.
I mean, how many OnlyFans girls hit you up on Snapchat? Like, I mean, seriously, like the same girl has created, like, I've gotten the same videos and pics of this one girl, like, I think every day for the past like 2 weeks under different accounts. I keep blocking her. And I think it was 2 nights ago, I messaged her, like, and I know they never read the messages, but I'm like, oh my God, like, if you're going to keep like harassing me, can you at least send me some new material? I actually said that.
Yeah.
And then
Where
I
do you get
waited
new material.
I waited some morning to block her just because I really wanted her to see it. Cause I'm like, if you're gonna keep harassing me for like, to come to your OnlyFans, like, can you please just send me something fresh? And I mean, like, and this girl was showing everything in the Snapchat videos. I'm like, why would anybody go pay for it?
I don't know. Why did
I mean,
anyone
she
pay
showed
for it in
everything.
general? Because
I actually took screenshots and then I deleted them. I might still have them on my phone somewhere.
well, to go what Matt F saying here, like that's kind of what I think some of it is the whole like kids and becoming a mother, and not that they want to necessarily stop racing because like because they want to have kids, but that's you can't. Last thing you want to do is be like pregnant and be like, oh, let me go out and race my motorcycle.
Yeah, I don't think any doctor would recommend you racing while pregnant, just because if you did crash, I mean, the chances of survival of the fetus would be terrible.
Yeah, I can't imagine a high side being very good for like pregnancy.
I mean, it would take somebody with a really supportive, like, I want to say family, but just support system to even manage racing with little kids.
Well, and then so you get the pregnancy, you have the kid. How long until you're back on the bike?
How long until your body is ready for
how
it
long?
again?
Yeah, exactly. How long's your body? Like that's.
And I mean, if you miss a season or two, it takes a lot to get back. I'm assuming it takes a lot to get back.
Well, yeah, like because most riders aren't guaranteed to ride the next the following year. Like they have to they got to work for it, and she's like, well, like you'd almost have to like plan your life as a woman, be like, okay, well, like I'm trying to imagine going to my sponsors, like, look,
pregnant in October. So I can have the baby. When would that be? Like 9 months later. That is what I can't do math really fast. Like June. And then so that way I can be back like on the track, miss 1 whole year and be back the following season.
But then you have to get back into shape.
Yeah, but which is possible. I mean, a lot of women are like they're back to doing exercising like a couple of weeks after giving birth, as long as you're not doing like C-sections or something.
But that's
still
a
whole another subject. Yeah. Too many women do C-sections.
That's all. But that's still time. Like you, even if you're in like the greatest shape of your life, the going through the whole process of being
Or
pregnant.
or is it that sponsors like or the teams don't want to risk investing into a young mom? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe they're afraid because like I mean, maybe it's one of those things like if that's your job and like you want to spend like minimum time away from your kid, and if like racing's your job, maybe just nobody wants to invest in them.
Well, I mean, that's a
Maybe
lot
that's
too, because you're traveling, because the season really never ends. Like,
well,
you know,
Josh and Melissa, like they hit the road right after she gave birth. I mean, like they were but it was a family thing, but it wasn't that she was racing. Excuse me.
yeah, it's like I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like we definitely need to figure out like a way to get women to stay in the sport longer and more women in
But,
the sport.
you know, I I think it would take you need a sponsor that is going to be like, you know, take women who were racing and they have the kids and then have a spot for them when they're ready to come back. But
But we
then
also got to
but
get
then
young little girls into racing. Like
yeah,
look at your daughter.
yeah, I tried.
I mean, she's decided to stop. She didn't want to learn how to ride the bigger dirt bike.
Yeah, but she found her own way.
She did. It was so cute. She's so into music right now. And she's like, yeah, I did
I
give
found
up
my
on
own
that, but
path.
I found my own path. And I was like, so cute. I was like, oh, how can you be mad at her when she says that?
Yeah.
It was so cute. It was so cute. But still, like, why do little girls not want to ride motorcycles? I mean, for
Because they want
me, it was because
ponies.
I couldn't figure out how to get the freaking dirt bike in second gear. I know why I didn't end up there.
It's because we're telling little girls that they need to be princesses. Like Sophie.
Not anymore.
Well, no,
Everything is gender fluid these days.
no, Sophie up
So
until about 7 or 8 was convinced that she was going to grow up and be a princess.
So I mean, so maybe this is a thing. Maybe with this whole gender fluidity that we have now, maybe we will see more females come into the sport. All right, so Sophie overheard us, so she wants to say something real fast. Make it quick. Make it quick.
I don't want to ride dirt bikes, but I want to ride go-karts instead.
All right, well, that
Okay.
doesn't matter.
It does. No, like I don't care in what capacity it is. Like I would like to see more women in motorsports because, like motorsports are all like in any form. So, like researching this, like I mean, I knew there was a lot of women like that like race dirt bikes, but there's like a more than I thought. Like there's a lot more women that race dirt bikes than road racing, and that blows my mind because dirt bikes are dangerous as shit. Like I hurt myself every time I get on a dirt bike. And then you got the jumps, and when you crash, I've crashed my bike many a times. Generally a fairly high amount of speed, and you slide.
Knock on wood.
Yeah,
Knock on wood that you don't actually get hurt and die or
slide,
get paralyzed.
you slide and you get up as long as you don't hit anything or another bike or get hit by another bike. You get up, you walk
I
it
do
off.
remember when I first met you and we were talking about motorcycles, and we were talking about how there's not a lot of women and how women have a hard time riding modern bikes because our bodies are different. Like they just don't fit on the seats. They
Well,
don't fit on the
so
bikes as
that's
well.
so years and years and years ago, like when I was still pretty new as a tech, but this girl came in and she was probably about your height, maybe a little taller. She was tall. She bought an R6 and she wanted it lowered. And like lots of people want their bikes lowered for different reasons, but the biggest reason why they want their bikes lowered is so they can touch flat-footed, which blows my mind. One, because you like hardly ever your feet shouldn't regularly be on the ground, but so actually my shop foreman explained it to me like so it's the inseam of men. So even though she's tall, she still was struggling to touch the touch on the ground because like men's inseams are more rounded, so we fit over the bike better, where women are V. So her thighs are on the seat, but she's not necessarily like touching the seat. So, so I think a lot of women end up lowering their bikes,
Well,
to feel comfortable. But that's BS because Amanda's, 4 foot, nothing. Like I think she's 4'10",
yeah, like she needs
4'11",
help getting on
and
off of her bike.
and
Probably like, no, I don't.
yeah, she I can hear her yelling at us right now. But her bike's not lowered, and she has no issues riding it because bikes are meant to be lowered. But then the other thing is,
Or like Patricia
women.
Fernandez, like I love watching her get on and off of her bikes. Like it is hilarious. Like she like she throws a leg over and then she hops over onto that leg and then puts the like it's just it's so fun watching her.
But
It's so fun watching the little girls, little women, the short women, excuse me. But like there's also like a center of gravity
well, yeah,
difference.
there's
And then there's tits on the tank.
like
That's another thing. It's
you know,
harder to get lower.
yeah, like as a man, like you can get low, and I'm not. I got some little like A cups, but when I'm going side to side, I'm not fighting.
Or you were
my
talking about
chest.
your friend Jess, like the challenge she had
Yeah.
with shifting.
Yeah, like they're in the way. Like you can't get super comfortable because when you can't get as low because you're fighting
I don't
pounds
know,
of.
but those leathers are tight, man. Like they are, and they're slippery and they're sliding.
But they're
Like,
still there. Like you're
I
still.
don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't have a custom suit and mine is so tight. Like I also don't get down close to my tank nearly as much as I should either.
No, you do not.
Step on downside peg, just like stirrups on a saddle. I mean, I don't have that problem. I can reach both sides of my bike. But I mean, I think there's a lot of challenges with women. I think I'm hoping that this whole gender fluid thing will open up. But however, I will say too, like this sport is very white male dominated. I mean, just to get any diversity in the sport, whether it's of people of color, and yes, I know like we have like there's races in other areas like in South America and stuff, but you all know what I'm talking about when it comes to diversity in the sport. Like how many people of color, and I'm not talking like Hispanics, are racing
At a pro level.
around the world? It's probably just as few, if not less, than women. Why is that? Like, how do we get more diversity in the sport? But then again, I'm sure a lot of people, just like the people in NASCAR, well, why do we want diversity in the sport? Like, but
So,
still.
well, I think a lot of that is to do with, well, money. You have to you got generally you have to
I don't hear it because like in downtown Baltimore, there are so many illegal bikes in downtown Baltimore where if these people would just go to a track instead, they could be riding legally on a track and they could be racing and competing. But no, they're racing like hoodlums on the JFX Expressway instead, or on like the 40 through the city, which I don't even know if it's still there.
Because when I lived in San Antonio, like I went riding with this group of people one time. I did it one time. I was like, I'm never riding with people ever again because they were nuts and they were just flying. They had this one section of San Antonio where the highway goes through and they call it their racetrack. And it was insane. I'm like, what? Like, it was nuts. Like I didn't know where I was going, but they were just insane.
Mike says, I am seeing more pink bikes out there. My question is, are they actually pink bikes or are they the pink bikes?
Oh.
And then too, like Mike would totally ride a pink bike. So just a pink bike does not mean girl at all. Just saying. Like Mike, I think will have a high vis pink and high vis yellow bike at one point.
Hot pink and high vis, which looks fantastic because I got my pink snap-on tools and my high vis snap-on tools, and when you put them together, it just works.
And he's already talking about pink in his suit. I mean, this man is secure in his masculinity, let me tell you. I don't even think I would put pink on a suit or anything. I don't like pink.
It's pretty awesome. It's a good color.
I mean, I don't mind pink. I have pink in my bedroom, but I really, really hate purple. Definitely will not see me with anything purple ever. Pink bikes and helmets. I don't. But then again, like I don't really go places where there are people. except for the track. But I don't think I've ever seen a pink bike at the track.
They're there. You're just not looking.
I don't look. I definitely stay in my little bubble.
You gotta get out and
No,
but
I want to go faster. I want to get better, and I don't want to die. Like that's all I'm worried about when I go to a track. Like if somebody wants to talk to me, cool. But I'm not gonna go out and be like, "Hey, what's up? What are you guys doing?" Like it's not me. Mm-mm.
you should try sometime.
I am too cool for that. I should totally do that just to see how people react.
They'd probably be scared. But yeah, I don't know. It's like there are definitely from when I first started going to the track, years ago to now, like I would say maybe probably my first like there were quite a few first track days, or like years ago. But I don't even know if there were any like short of like the guys like girlfriends or stuff who were just there like to be their pit crews and stuff. Like it was but it is nice to see it is growing and there are like more and more women getting into it. But yeah, I just don't know why they're not
flocking to it.
Or even like or sticking with it. But
it,
but a lot of like it seems like most from the research I've done, pretty much every woman that's raced professionally did it for a few years. They're usually pretty successful, and then they start race team, and it's like, well, why?
Maybe that's where the money's at. Maybe
Well,
that's where their skill set's better. I don't know, but I don't know. I definitely think we need to see more women or just more diversity in general in racing. It would be a nice change. I guess people not to be so scared. But there is something too, like, like Spartans, like you look at the old Spartans, like they'd go out there and they'd risk everything for, and women we stay home and take care of the kids.
well, that's
Not really. That's not really what I'm saying women need to do. But I think it's just like it's the ingrained mentality in our
we're
DNA.
still trying to get through.
Like you guys, we can send the men out to die. Us women, we're smart enough to know not to do stupid shit that'll kill us.
Well, and we need you
That's
to make
what it
babies.
is right there. That's what it is. We know that it's stupid and we shouldn't be doing it. But you guys are like
all the memes like why the women live. This is why women live longer than men because they.
Yep. That's what we're gonna in the end. That's what we're gonna chalk it down to, right?
We're
yeah.
Men are have an easier
Animals.
time. They have an easier time switching off that switch to be like, I could die. Let me just click this off, and like for someone who's like, what will happen? Will happen
now that my baby is
mumbo
20,
jumbo.
it's gotten easier for me. But I still like I definitely think when I go out there, what can I do not to die? Like,
see, that's the
that's holding me back.
That's
what's holding me back.
That's the opposite of progression.
I need to get out there and be like, okay, how can I kill myself today?
Well, no, don't go. No, that's you're to the opposite ends of the scale here. Like, just like, how can I send it just a little bit harder
without dying?
Without sending it
or should I not even
far?
Or should I not even think about dying?
No, you shouldn't think about dying. It's
honestly, like I'm more worried that life will punish me in a way where I won't be able to feel anything below my waist.
I
would much rather die than be paralyzed from the waist down.
I've been in a car with you. You are much more likely to be in a horrific accident there than on a motorcycle.
It
is quite scary.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching and joining us. You can find him at Twisty Rider on Instagram and TikTok. You can find me at the Odious So everywhere, including right here. So if you're not already a subscriber, please like, share, and subscribe. And then come back next week. We are here Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live, or you can catch us on the replay. So thank you guys. Have a good one.
Adios.
And I gotta find all the buttons. Oh, I'm such a bad button pusher. All right. We are out.